having me this afternoon, especially on Friday, so I know that you guys would probably rather be home, be doing something else, but I definitely appreciate the invitation. So we're very happy to be here and working with Herron High School. Center for Leadership Development is a 48-year-old organization, so we just turned 48 years old this month. And I'm an old alum, so I'm afraid to say how old I am, but I go way, way back, so 100 years ago, not too long after we first started, I was one of the alums of North Central High School going through the programming. We didn't have near the programming that we have now, I'm happy to say, but it's just very nice to see us have grown from when we first started to where we're at now. Actually, our actual physical location, we're out 24 and 25 Dr. Martin Luther King, right across from Playgrounds. So we're really just about 5 minutes away from this campus. We're really, really close. So that makes it nice. But we have just grown from 1977 up to the present date. We've added multiple different programs, initiatives, and I'm going to talk about some of those things as we go forward. If you guys have any questions at any point in time, please feel free to ask me those questions. Our code for excellence basically talks about we want our students to study at least 2 hours per night. You guys are in competition with other students who are trying to get scholarships, go into the workforce, do different things. So we want our students to be as well prepared as they possibly can be. We ask that you read at least 15 minutes per day, be in attendance in school 177 days out of 180 day school year as defined by the Department of Education, and have 0 days suspended or expelled. So meaning it's hard to be present in school, it's hard to be academically, do well academically in school if you're not in school. So if you're expelled or suspended, obviously you can't be doing that. So we want you to have good character to do well in school. All right, I think this is skip some. All right, our aspirational benchmarks just kind of talk about some of the different types of things that we want our programming to reflect. So we look at any other Department of Education reports, Commission for Higher Education reports, and look at where are our students doing academically, how are they doing, how are they stacking up against their colleagues. And so our programming is designed to kind of fill those gaps. So for example, we want all of the students that go through CLD to graduate high school. We want them to do well in their standardized testing. If they're going from high school to college, we want them to enroll in college and then to persist in college. Persistence means going from that freshman year to the sophomore year. We realize and we know that statistics show that if students don't do well between that freshman and sophomore year, they're typically going to drop out. So we put a lot of emphasis on sticking to staying. So once you enroll, make sure you do well, do the best you can, persist in that sophomore year, and then try to graduate within the 4 to 6 year time frame. Those are the types of things that we look at when we design our program. As I said before, we started off with just a handful of programs. To be considered an alumni, you have to go through our self-discovery program. That is our flagship program. It's 13 weeks. And it really talks about or challenges the student to kind of think about where are they at now. So we ask you, what is it that you want to do going forward? What do you want to be when you graduate from high school? What interests do you have? What are the types of things that you like to do? Then we ask you to take a look at that and say, okay, what does it take to get to that point? How do you research that? What does it mean? If you want to be a doctor, what types of courses do you have to take? What types of schools can you go to? What's the length of time to get to that point? Those are some of the different types of things that we have our students focus on in self-discovery. So you can see some of the different programs there. We've got like Book Club, Project Mister, Project List, Successful. We have different initiatives where we actually expose students to different fields. So for example, we have our Purdue Bowen Engineering Initiative, where we work in conjunction with Purdue College of Engineering. So it's a 2-phase initiative where the first phase is CLD. Their first year college students come in, engineering students come into CLD and work on an engineering project with our students. And then the second phase is they bus our students to the College of Engineering there at Purdue include the first one that they were working on, kind of give them a tour of the campus, and they attend the football game. But it's trying to expose them to college life, expose them to the different types of things that we'll be doing in the engineering class to see if they have some actual interest in that, and exposing them to the faculty and staff there. So those are some of the different types of things that we do. Those are some of the different types of initiatives that we have. And we always recommend that our students try to take advantage of those things if they have that interest. College Prep Institute, which I am the director of, was founded back in 2012. And so our programming is really set up for mostly our upperclassmen, meaning our high school students going into college, to try to get them to focus on doing well academically in high school and preparing them for life after high school. So meaning whether you go to college, choose to go to college or not, we want you to be well prepared to go into the workforce and or to go on to college, or if you don't want to go to college, get some sort of certification, associate's degree, certificate. Because if you don't go to college, which is fine, everybody's not going to go, but you have to master something. So you have to do something to prove that watching an employer bring you in versus someone else. What have you done? What worth or value do you bring to the organization? So we try to stress that, again, you're in competition with other students, other employees in the workforce, so you have to do everything you can to distinguish yourself in a positive manner to get them to bring you in. Does that make sense? We have our CPI lab, which provides free guidance counseling and tutoring services to students and families grades 4 through 12. And so we really stress that anybody that needs help, needs any kind of assistance, they contact us, set up an appointment. Your first appointment will be with the guidance counselor. The guidance counselor sits down with the family and with the student, trying to determine what their need is. They take an assessment test. That assessment test kind of tells us where the student is at academically in the particular field that they have an interest in or need help in, and then we assign them to a tutor to work with them. And then the tutoring sessions are set up in 6 increment blocks. So you have 6 tutoring sessions, and then you would go back to see your guidance counselor to see is that actually working, is it helping you? Are you doing better in your coursework? Are you doing worse? You're about the same? Do you need additional tutoring? That type of thing. It's not just for students that have issues or have problems, it's also for students who want to perform well academically and that are doing well academically. Just like you play sports or you play band or you play an instrument, you have to practice to get better. So again, our students are in competition with other people. So for example, we had a student who was doing very well academically. He was, I want to say 3.5, 3.65, but he wanted to go to Morehouse. He said, I want to be a Morehouse man, but I don't want to have to be waitlisted. I want to get in when I apply. He said, but I know that I need to do more in my studies to get better, to have a better shot of going straight in when I apply. So he came in, he had us work with him on his math, work with him on a couple of other subjects, and so when time came for him to apply, he got in. He actually raised his grades even higher, and he got in. And so again, it's not just for students who are struggling or having problems academically, it's also for students who are doing well who want to do better.
Joe, do you mind if I add something to this one?
Yes.
I love vouching for this program because we've had many students go through this tutoring program and find really, really great success. And especially to your point, like ones that wouldn't necessarily on paper, think that they need the tutoring, but just truly have found just the studying skills and really solidify those skills because it's a competitive world out there. So I adore this program, especially.
And our team is really trying to work well with the schools too. So meaning if they know the information or if they have questions, they will try to contact your teacher to make sure that everybody is on the same page.
Yeah.
So I've talked to several of our tutors that said, well, I contacted the math teacher, I contacted the history teacher, the English teacher, because I saw this, but I wasn't exactly sure, so they explained to me what they were trying to accomplish.
Right.
So that way it makes it easier to make sure that we're assisting the student in the best manner. So it really does help, and we are a supplement to the school. We're not a replacement for them. We work together in tandem to make sure that you guys are doing as well academically as you possibly can. And in addition, when you get to college, you'll be surprised. Some of your professors will tell you before you even write the first note that you need a tutor or that you need assistance, because they know what they're working on and what they're teaching you. Depending upon how quickly you grasp it, you're going to need some help. And so it's not a matter of being dumb or being stupid. It's a matter of you figuring out what is it that I want to accomplish, what's going to help me to accomplish it, and then sitting down and doing it, and then moving on. I had to learn the hard way too. I had to retake a class, and I didn't get a tutor the first time, so I didn't flunk out, but I didn't get the grade necessary for me to maintain my scholarship. And that's another thing. When you have if you have to hit a certain GPA for your scholarship, you have to take that very seriously. So meaning you can't get very many C's, no D's or F's or anything like that. You have to maintain that B average to maintain your scholarship. Because if you go off scholarship, then you have to wind up paying out of pocket. So if you got plenty of money and you don't care, that's great. I didn't have it, so I had to go back, retake my class, pay for it out of pocket. That taught me the lesson right off the top. Next time they tell me to get a tutor, I'm getting a tutor. Some of the different initiatives that we have our youth, COD, Chase Youth Summit that's coming up in March. We have our 5th Power Leadership Conference. That's a new conference. This is the second year for it. And it's based on our principles for success. So we really talk to the students about character development, leadership effectiveness, educational excellence, career achievement, community service. We talk to them about those types of things because that's what we really focus on with our program. Our program is based on character. So everything ties to character, making sure you have good character in the classroom, outside the classroom, at home, and also being well and doing well in the community. It's our job to take care of those who assist those who can't necessarily assist themselves and to give back. And so we want to make sure that our students are very well rounded, so that conference really talks about those different topics. We have our Competency and Leadership Series seminars that we work with Cummins. They have senior executives, African American executives, come in from all over the country and sit down with our students and talk to them about their career path, what worked for them, what didn't work, what they liked, what was not like, some of the different types of challenges and obstacles and things that they had. They have a plant down in Columbus, an engine plant that makes engines for the Dodge Ram. And so we take plant tours of that that's really interesting. And so those are some of the different types of initiatives that we have. We have an initiative with Purdue Agriculture School, and so that's one of the top agricultural schools in the country. And when they approached us 4 years ago, we were joking, like, I don't want to work on a farm. I don't want to be slopping pigs and, taking cows around. I don't want to necessarily do that. And we were joking, but he said, Joe, you don't realize how many top bio-agro companies are in central Indiana and in Indianapolis. And he said, we know that we need to diversify our workforce and we want to get more people to come in and to look at us as a viable option. And those are very high paying jobs that you can stay for relatively close to home if you have that interest in. It could be biology, chemistry, food science, or whatever it is, but it's tied to agriculture. So there's a lot of agriculture, bio-agriculture companies in central Indiana that they really want to expose our students to. And so that's a very good initiative that a lot of our students take advantage of. But that just kind of gives you an idea. And all that information is on our website. The scholarship track, our scholarship track is a student would have to take self-discovery first. And so you're eligible to take that in your sophomore year, so when you're in 10th grade. The next subject, or excuse me, the next program that the student would have to take is college prep. College prep prepares our students to do well in college. A lot of students will get scholarships, or they get financial aid, they get money, and they'll go in, but they're not necessarily aware of some of the different types of things that happen in college. So we really try to prepare the students for college life. So we talk to them about, time management, study skills, because a lot of times you're away from home, you're on your own. So you got to get up in the morning, you've got to go to class. The professors don't care if you come to class or not. If you don't come to class, that's great. That's one less person for them to deal with. They don't care. So it's really up to you for you to do well and to advocate for yourself because they're considering you as an adult. You are an adult. So if you don't advocate for yourself, if you don't take the initiative, they're not going to necessarily do it for you. I've had several conversations with my colleagues on the higher ed side. This is the number one thing that you can tell the students, Joe, is that they need to advocate for themselves. The parents can't do it, the grandparents can't do it, supportive adult, but that doesn't mean that they don't talk to the family, because they do. But you are the adult, so you have to tell them what your needs are, what your interests are, types of things you like, if you need help, where you need assistance at, those types of things. And then the third leg of that is our emergency scholars program. It's a one-day program. You have to take it, you have to attend that during your senior year. And during that, that's where all of our college partners come in, and you get a chance to talk to them about your different academic, professional, social interests. And then you kind of make the choice as to which one of them or which of those institutions you want to apply to. And then you fill out an application. For us, it's very similar to the college application that you would automatically fill out. We have an application packet. You complete that application packet, we vet it, put everything together, put it in a PDF file, and send it to them. You choose the institutions that you want to apply to. So we give you a choice of 3 or 4. And it works out very, very well. And so that's something that we really encourage our students to take advantage of. And typically our college partners, and I have a slide that shows the college partners, typically the scholarship, the COD scholarship award is full tuition. So it's typically full tuition, and they also add additional financial aid funding in there. But it's different for everybody because each of your situations is different. So it just depends on your financial situation and the institution that you're applying to. These are our college partners. We have 27 college partners. Now, the 4 that you see highlighted and that are bolded in yellow, those institutions are 2-year institutions. So we have a number of students who say, oh, I don't think I'm ready for college. I don't necessarily want to go to college right now. Or, that's a long time. Or I want to do something slightly different. Again, you're in competition with other students. So again, you have to do something, master something, get a certificate, get a certification that you have accomplished something to make yourself more marketable in the workforce. So those institutions have 2-year associate degrees, and they have different programs for students who don't want to necessarily go right into a 4-year program. Now the good thing is that each of them is affiliated or has good transfer agreements with our sister 4-year institutions. So if you do well, oftentimes you can get a great deal of financial aid to get scholarships and have those next 2 years paid for. So it's really up to you as to how hard you work, what you tell them what you're doing, and then you can make that transfer to a 4-year institution. But you see some of the institutions there. We have Anderson, we have all the way down to Washington University in St. Louis, which is a very selective institution. We have 2 HBCUs, we have Central State University, and we have Kentucky State University. We're going to be taking a bus tour, a campus tour to Kentucky State University in 2 weeks. So on Saturday, February the 1st, we're going to Frankfort, Kentucky. We're going to be taking that campus tour there, and we're going to watch or be able to take part in, not take part in, because we're not playing basketball, but Central State, which is their arch rival, is playing Kentucky State. So we get a chance to view that and then head back here. But we're looking to add more HBCUs because we know our students and families are requesting that, in addition to other institutions too. So you can see we have a pretty decent selection there, but those are the institutions that our students would choose from as they're going through the scholarship process, the scholarship track, and choose which ones they want to apply to try to get that COD scholarship for. All right, upcoming COD programs. We have a workshop on discovering your strengths, unlocking your personal potential. All of our workshops are free. There are COD offices, 2425 Dr. Martin Luther King. They're in the evening from 6 p.m. to approximately 7:30 p.m. So we try to make them pretty much uniform. But you'll be able to learn how to set goals that really matter to you and create plans to actually be able to achieve those goals. A lot of times people have goals, or they'll say, I want to do this, I want to accomplish this, But I know there was a Harvard study several years ago where they actually looked at the people that actually wrote down their goals and looked at their goals were significantly more successful than people who just had goals and they weren't as serious about it. So it really pays to be serious about your goals, write them down, look at them, create a plan to achieve them, and then work towards that because you're much more focused. You're much more focused, you're much more likely to be able to accomplish that goal or get very close to it. All right, fast or not? I'll just talk with Ms. Julie. You guys have are under Richard Fairbanks Foundation grant, or is ROE, so we are both entities under that. Part of that is that our students and families of color do not normally, or I should say have not taken advantage of submitting the FAFSA, free application for federal student aid. In the state of Indiana, if you do not file the FAFSA, you lose out on federal financial aid, state financial aid, and institutional financial aid. So you knock yourself out of three things right off the top. So again, unless you're making money and have a ton of money you want to pay out of pocket, it behooves you to complete the FAFSA submitted and then be eligible for all the different financial aid packages, grant packages, etc., that you will potentially qualify for. So the Richard Fairbanks Foundation has a grant to get all of the Central Indiana schools together to really make a big push for this because again, they know, as the statistics have shown, our students have not applied for it, not the way that they should have. Which means we have to pay out of pocket, and since we have more debt, most people can't afford it, they have to drop out and get a job, which means they're not gonna graduate on time, they're not gonna graduate at all. So that's why there's a big push for that. We also, so we're gonna have FAFSA night on January the 28th, so we would love to have you guys come for that. We're gonna have the best day there. We're also gonna have the Commission for Higher Education. They're gonna be in there talking about 21st Century Scholars Program. A lot of our students that qualify for 21st Century Scholars don't take advantage of it. Oh, I don't want people knowing my business. I don't have to fill out the form. I don't want people asking me questions. All of those different types of things. The 21st Century Scholars Program is a scholarship program. So if you qualify, it's an economic qualifier, so meaning it's based upon what your family makes. You were signed up automatically if the family qualifies for free or reduced food for school. Now there's also some students that qualify that don't qualify for that, but they meet the income threshold to qualify for 21st Century Scholars. So the Commission for Higher Ed will be in our offices to be able to tell you where you're at if you qualify or if you don't qualify. You'll be able to ask them questions. And also submit your FAFSA working with the best aid to be able to get the financial aid you need to go to college. So we have those resources there. So you can either sign up for the one that's coming up on the 28th on that Tuesday. We have another one coming up basically 2 weeks after that on the 11th, and we have other dates there. But we would love to have, we have food provided because we know it's during dinner time, so we'll have dinner provided for the people that are in attendance. We will also have some of our college partners that were on the previous sheet, so you'll be able to talk to them again about the different types of college, activities that you can partake in, academic offerings, majors, professional development, study abroad opportunities, those types of things. So we'll have colleges there for you guys to be able to talk to and get that experience of working with them and making those connections. Now, a lot of students and families don't think that that's necessarily important, but it really, really is. The more interaction and connection that you have with the institutions that you have an interest in applying to, the better off you are. So what does that mean? I've been in the rooms when they're making those decisions on scholarship applications. I've talked to Julia 10 times. Every time we come to Indianapolis, she's at one of our events. She's applied. Julia's gonna get her money. She's proven that she has an interest, she shows up, she's there asking questions, she's involved, she's engaged, she follows up, they follow up with her. So it's easy, she's gonna get hers. I come in after the fact, they've never seen me. Now that's nothing bad, I haven't been there, and they don't know me. So they say, you know Joe? Well, no, this is the first time I met him. He seems like a nice guy, but I don't know as much about him as I do Julia. But we'll see. Let's take him through the process and let's see. So the more connections you have, and they remember these things, they track these things. Our students and families always tell me that they are always shocked and surprised at how much the institutions know about them. If you submit something to them, they read it. So they read your applications, they read those essays. They talk to your guidance counselors, they talk to your college and career readiness counselors. They talk to teachers if they have questions. They'll call me if they have questions. Because what they're looking at is if they bring you in, you are a representation of them. You're part of that club, part of that family now. So just as you are researching them and thinking about them, they're doing the same to you. It's a reciprocal relationship. So it's serious on both sides. You want to take it. So the more contact you have with them, the better. That's our campus visit experience to Kentucky State. So again, that's going to be on Saturday, February the 1st. We would love to have you. If you have an interest in attending that, you can go onto our website and sign up for that. That's for both students and parents. We have a workshop coming up in February on educational excellence with HBCUs. So we'll be talking specifically about the HBCU experience. Again, a number of our students apply to HBCUs. Some of them will get COE scholarship awards and turn them down to attend an HBCU. I have 2 scholars in particular that have received, they've done very well. Straight A students, they received a great deal of financial aid and were COE scholarship awardees. But in this particular case, both of them wanted to attend Howard University. Now, Howard University was a little bit late that year in making their announcement, so it was probably a little bit later in the summer. But when they made their announcements, they got all their funding and everything together for financial aid. Both of them got accepted and had very good packages. So both of them decided to go. Those are some of the different types of things that happen. So again, you want to take a look at these things, learn about the HBCU process, what does it take? What are some of the benefits? What are some of the detriments? No institution is perfect. So I don't want to sit here and say, whether it's the HBCU or predominantly white institution, 4-year or 2-year. There's no institution that's perfect. They all have good things. They all have things that don't work out well for us. But you want to find the spot that fits the best for you. Where can you go that you see yourself being successful? That you see yourself being supported? That you feel comfortable, that you feel like I know that I'm going to be successful there. That's what you're looking at when you make that college choice. We have our Chase Youth Employment Summit with J.P. Morgan Chase. J.P. Morgan Chase is one of the largest financial institutions in the world. And so they have a significant presence here in Central Indiana and the Midwest. This initiative was with them. It's 2 phases. The first phase on Tuesday, March the 25th. That's for both parents and students. And we're talking to parents and students about financial literacy. So we'll be talking about financial aid, how to assist your student through school. I'll be talking about FAFSA. We'll be talking about how to apply for that, 21st Century Scholars Program, and a couple of other things that hopefully will be able to save you some money as you're going through the process. The second phase of that is on Saturday, March the 29th, so just later that week on the Saturday at COD. And that second phase is specifically for students. And so they're gonna learn about personal branding, networking, they're gonna learn about potential paid internship opportunities at J.P. Morgan Chase. They're gonna learn about some of the different types of fields and different types of career opportunities at J.P. Morgan Chase. You get a chance to talk to different executives, pretty much like on the common side, or senior level executives that come in and talk to you about their experience and kind of try to get an answer from you or get an answer from you as what are your interests, what are some of the different types of things you like or would like to do or like to know about. So it's a very good networking opportunity. Did you have a question?
No, I was switching my.
The workshop coming up in March, Achieving Academic Excellence, Enhancing Study Skills. So again, we're looking at working with students on what does it take to be successful now while you're in school. Enhancing that, working on that, getting better so that when you do get to college or get to life after high school, you're going to be better prepared and obviously prepared for life after high school to go into the workforce and do well there. So we're going to be talking about different types of study techniques, study habits, test taking techniques, again, time management, things of that nature, anything that should be able to help you and assist you to be more focused so that when you are here, you will be better able to take advantage of your time and not waste your time. All right, our college prep summer program. Again, college prep is to prepare students to be well, to do well, to be successful in college. It's 8 sessions for students, 4 sessions for parents. So we require our parents to go because so much has changed academically. So even if you have gone to college, and Ms. Julie can tell you this, I mean, education, especially in the state of Indiana, is changing daily. I mean, it really, really is. I mean, you see some of the different bills and some of the different things that are going on. They have bills to fund certain schools and school systems. They're changing financial aid around. Last year there was an issue with FAFSA to where it miscalculated people's income and some people qualified that shouldn't have. A lot of people that did qualify were able to get funds, and so there's just a great deal going on. So we want our students and their families to be knowledgeable about what's going on so they can be able to work together as a team to get the best opportunity they can for their situation. So that's why we require parents to come. And then that last session, session 8 for the students and session 4 for the parents, we do a campus tour. So we do a campus tour at one of our college partners, and so that gives the student and the family an opportunity to visit one of our college partners and kind of get a taste for what is life like on that college campus and get exposed to it.
Mr. Joe, you got about 5 minutes left, just heads up.
We've got SAT prep. Our SAT prep program is 6 weeks, and so we work with students on obviously doing well and being successful on the SAT exam. We'll have a lot of students say, Mr. Jacker, I took the SAT, but I didn't do well, I must be done, or I still understand it. Now, I don't tell them you're not done, because you don't necessarily know how the test was constructed. You don't know how and why the questions were written in a certain manner and written in a certain way. So we work with the student to tell them about how the test was constructed, work with them on the questions so they can become very familiar with the questions and try to become familiar with what they're actually asking when they're writing the question. So it won't be foreign, it'll be, when we look at it, I don't know what this means, it'll be much more easier for you to do well. So it takes practice. So we really try to expose them to it and get them to practice to do well. So a lot of our students do very well after coming out of this. So if you're taking the SAT or thinking about taking it, that's a good program to take. And this is our most costly program, but we have to pay for the SAT books, so that's why it costs $50. So we have to be able to recover that cost.
Scholars, I would also keep in mind, all of our juniors do take the SAT, and it's also can help you towards your graduation requirements. So we'll see how that plays in with the new graduation diplomas, but yeah.
We have our Precious Miss program, and this is not for you guys, it's for students that are young lady students who are grades 6 through 8, and it really works with them on talking about and working through what's going on in their lives. What's going on in their lives, what are they actually doing and working through and dealing with at school and at home. And it's really about self-awareness and help building up that self-esteem. A lot of different things are going on in school. Sometimes our students are being more challenged, sometimes especially since we're not in white institutions. And so we get a lot of feedback that programs like this, as a Project Mister for the young men, it really helps to build up that self-esteem and get them more focused on what is it that they want to do and how to do well in school and how to express their emotions in a positive way, things of that nature. So if you have a young lady who's in a grade range, we suggest we would love to have her in that program. The brother program, that program for the young men is Project Mister, that's grades 7 through 10. And it's a 6 weeks program, and again, it just talks to young men about what is it like being young, like in this particular point in time. What are you encountering in school? Is it positive, is it negative? What are some of the issues that you have to address? What are some of the things that you would like to do, but you're not necessarily sure about? So you have positive We have the Imani Book Club. Now, we have 3 sections of that, and this is during the summer. So it's from June the 7th through July the 18th. We have the elementary, which is grades 4 through 6 section, the middle school, grades 7 through 8 section, and then the high school section. So it's broken up by the grade ranges. But it really works with the students on, improving their reading, different types of reading techniques, and just actually being able to read books oftentimes by African American authors that will potentially be of interest to our students. So we've gotten a lot of really good feedback from that, especially during the summer, because it helps to keep their minds active. Our junior self-discovery program, which is a junior version of our major program, our flagship self-discovery. And so that's for 4th and 6th grade students. That's during the summer. That's from July the 19th through September the 6th, so right around Labor Day. And so it just touches them at a younger age, and it kind of reaches them where they're at, and kind of helps prepare them to be well in school while they're in grade school, kind of catapult them successfully into middle school and then into high school. But it really helps to build up some of those communication skills, study habits, working together as a team, all the different types of things that students of that age would need. And that's it. Any questions?
All right.
Well, thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very
Hope you guys
much.
have a good evening and have a great weekend.